On the news tonight, federal government approves establishment of a youth house to address diverse cultural and social background of Nigerian youths. Plus, safety during Ember months, FRSC wants road users to adhere more strictly to road traffic rules and regulations. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu ode news at 7. I am Ijebu ode. Glad to know you are there. The federal government has approved the establishment of a youth house in Abuja, an innovative place to address the needs of young individuals from diverse cultural and social backgrounds. The Minister of State for Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, stated this while at a media conference in Abuja. Olayinka Ojo reports that the event was also an opportunity to reel out other government youth programs.
Available white-collar jobs cannot cater for the teeming youth population globally. With Nigeria inclusive, finding a working and monitoring solution is of essence. Hence, the plan to establish a youth house. The youth house, when established, will serve as a point of convergence for youths of diverse backgrounds and is expected to meet the consistent yearnings and aspirations of youths such as unemployment, jobs, and wealth creation.
Goals of the youth house would be to help the youth develop important life skills such as leadership, teamwork, cooperation, and communication.
The initiative is a strategy of decentralizing access to government's programs will not be limited to FCT alone. Youths will be exposed to skills that can be exported in the near future.
The youth greenhouse in all the local governments would be coordinated in partnership with all youth-related government agencies and private sector.
In keeping to the pro-youth agenda of his government, President Bola Tinubu on August 27, 2024 gave approval for the establishment of a youth house in Abuja, an action that reaffirms his commitment to the welfare of Nigerian youths. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has expressed hope that this edition of the Forum on China-African Cooperation, FOCAC, will address the grey areas yet to make the relations more rewarding for both parties. The Nigerian leader and chairman, ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, expressed the belief during his meeting with the President of China ahead of his first COCAC participation in Beijing. State House correspondent Musbau Dan Wahab reports.
The Nigeria-China partnership is getting more bases to become comprehensively strategic in nature. Just a day after meeting with President Xi Jinping, President Bola Tinubu is yet again with the Premier of China, the holder of the highest administrative position in the government and head of a state council. Here, President Tinubu assumes his toga as ECOWAS chairman and equally speaking in the interest of the continent. He appreciates that the spirit of the FOCAC is based on mutual respect and partnership that will promote development, happiness, peace and stability of the African people.
We are in this journey together. We believe that we can share a very common denominator, which is investment and development, to ensure China and African relationship is encouraged.
President Tinubu also expressed satisfaction that the strategic partnership being promoted is accepted to both sides and hopes that this forum will yield more benefits for Africa.
Africa is a huge opportunity for economic development. As a great people, I'm willing to partner for progress and development. What is lacking will be the focus of the FOCAC and the areas that we can collaborate to make the relationship mutually beneficial to all of us.
Chinese Premier Li Qiang was more specific on Nigeria-China relations as he said China stands ready to strengthen the alignment of development strategies with the largest African nation. Under the framework of high-quality Belt and Road cooperation, he emphasized that China would deepen cooperation with Nigeria in areas of infrastructure construction, finance, agriculture and fisheries, and expand cooperation in marine economy, clean energy, and digital economy. Li Qiang expressed China's willingness to import more quality products from Nigeria, increase bilateral people-to-people and cultural exchanges and cooperation, enhance coordination in multilateral fields, safeguard the common interest of the developing countries, and uphold international fairness and justice. From Beijing, Musbah and Wahab, NTA News.
Concerned by the hardship being faced by retirees in assessing their entitlements, House of Representatives Committee on Pension is engaging pension administrators and other critical stakeholders to find a workable solution to the issue. National Assembly correspondent Isa Mohammed has details.
Trust and funding of the scheme for a better life of retirees.
There's supposed to be increment in pension payment to pensioners. What have you done to keep behind this policy? Or have you started implementing it? Or what are your plans towards implementing it? Since our inception, we have paid about 286,000 retirees assets, benefits. You don't pay their pro rights, it makes it near impossible for you to be able to pay the person his lump sum benefits and for him also to choose the methodology that he wants to adopt.
Chairman of the committee, Hussein Muhammad Jallo, assured Nigerians that the National Assembly will reshape the scheme to restore the confidence of retirees in the pension policy.
By the time this committee finishes work and submits a report, I have no doubt in my mind the pension industry in Nigeria will be better, will be more better than we met it before. And that will lead us into the amendment of the pension reform.
The public hearings with other stakeholders. From the National Assembly, Isa Muhammad, NTA News.
If you are just joining us, this is NTA Ijebu Ode News at 7. The news continues shortly. Don't go away.
Ààrẹ gómìnà Ọbaládé àgbà ọ̀dọ́ àtọmọdé jákèjádò àti gbèdé NTA Ijebu Ode. Ààrẹ gómìnà Ọbaládé àgbà ọ̀dọ́ àtọmọdé jákèjádò àti gbèdé NTA Ijebu Ode. Your heritage station, we are the light of nation and the light of generation. NTA Ijebu Ode. Your heritage station, we are the light of nation and the light of generation. NTA Ijebu Ode. NTA Ijebu Ode, your heritage station.
Welcome back. To ensure reduction of crashes during the Ember months and beyond, road users must maintain decorum through strict compliance to road traffic rules and regulations. This and more enforcement by road traffic managers can reduce crashes to the barest minimum. Diana Ajale has details.
For me, the Ember month is same as any other month you can think of. However, it comes with this different feel, that celebration mood.
Year 2024 is gradually approaching its peak, with the era of the month, which is the last 4 months of the year, the Ember months. This month, often characterized by increase in vehicular movement, has become a period many dread due to scores of unproven needs that has become synonymous with this period.
When you have increased traffic, there could be increase in accidents. When you are trying to achieve, things in haste.
As many get involved in the frenzy of the season, resulting in an increase in the tempo of public, private and corporate activities during the Ember months. Clergy emphasized that precautionary measures is necessary to avert uncertainty during this season.
Everybody needs to be cautious, not giving to alcohol, not giving to excess of anything. Life calls for moderation.
When there's increased anxiety that the year is running out, I have not met my targets, there will be collateral damage, nothing spiritual.
The consensus here is that as the curtain draws for the end of the year, the need to modify extraordinary last-minute rush that could endanger lives and property is paramount. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
As fuel price soars in Nigeria due to deregulation of the downstream sector, many motorists are exploring alternatives, such as converting their petrol cars to compressed natural gas, CNG. NTA's energy correspondent Lydia Sampson also undertook this conversion, motivated by the desire to experience the energy mix. Lydia now brings us up to speed on her CNG's journey so far.
I've reported the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas, interface with motorists who converted their vehicles. Now, as a reporter, I've become part of the story. Spending 45,000 naira or more on petrol every 2 weeks, despite limiting my movement, is no joke. But since converting my car to CNG, I only spent 14,000 naira in a month. I now understand the unbelievable cost-effective revolution of CNG. The process involves installing a CNG system, which includes a storage tank and modified fuel injectors. Despite initial fears about safety, many experts I had interviewed affirmed that CNG is a cleaner, safer option, emitting less carbon than petrol. Their assurances ignited my interest, and I must say I have found that the conversion not only reduced my fuel expenses, but also contributed to a smaller carbon footprint. With the federal government's push for cleaner, cheaper energy, including free conversion services for commercial vehicles, many are already following suit.
Ultimately, the way to go is CNG, and that is why the government has for a long time been clamoring for people. In fact, most recently, there's even free conversion. The Presidential Committee on CNG, like for us, they have made us almost all our states in the country, 36 plus FCT. They've given us about 100 kits free. So it will translate to also other people who are not commercial users to also key into the CNG.
This shift for many other CNG users represents a significant step towards sustainable transportation in the face of rising petrol prices and environmental challenges.
It's really nice, and in the aspect of the economy now, we that use it for business, we enjoy it better than fuel. Sometimes if we use it for, it's like we are using our own blood to drive. So we feel like this CNG of a thing is just a breakthrough for us.
I've been using CNG for over a month now.
Okay.
Yes.
And what has the experience been like?
Yeah, so far so good. It has been good. It has been awesome. But the only challenges we still have is the fact that the cost of conversion is still expensive.
Laudable as the CNG initiative is, the major challenge motorists see is sparsity of CNG filling stations.
We have to take a journey from town to airport road to come and buy gas, which is wrong. So if the government can give us where we can be buying the gas in the city center, everywhere, the filling station, we can be refilling, it will make life easier.
Key players believe that as the number of motorists using CNG increases, demand for CNG will also increase and attract more investment in the CNG add-on stations. Already, more CNG stations are springing up, just as demand is growing. Can you believe it is no longer the driving and out CNG top-up, as queues are building up as CNG users increase? This is attributed to the fact that only 2 CNG stations are continuously dispensing CNG in the FCT. However, our investigation indicates that hope is in the horizon, as NNPC Limited final touches on CNG add-on stations will provide more alternative relevant filling stations.
By actively participating in the CNG story going forward, I'll be using my CNG experience to illustrate the CNG revolution going forward. After all, they say experience is the best teacher. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Lydia's report draws the curtain on tonight's edition of NTA Ijebu Ode News at 7. Up next is the news translation in Yoruba. I am Iyabo Wale Eri. Good evening.